Good day, welcome to class. We'll be considering Module 7 and the topic is fish breeding, fingerling production and health management. The content of the module that will be covered include brood stock selection and breeding techniques, hatchery management and fry or fingerling care, and lastly, common fish diseases and biosecurity practices. As a way of introduction, sustainable aquaculture starts with healthy fingerlings and strong disease prevention. This module covers the complete life cycle management, which include broodstock selection and breeding, hatchery and fingerling production, fish health and biosecurity. And the goal is to equip fish farmers with the knowledge to produce high quality stock and prevent devastating disease outbreak. Broodstock selection. This involves choosing the best parent, that is, the matured fish needed to reproduce a younger one. So matured male and female fish are needed to be selected for breeding. And the reason is the nature or the viability of the parent, that is the male and female, directly influence the growth, the health, and genetic quality of your entire stock of fish. Then, characteristics of a good broodstock. If you are watching out to select parent stock for breeding, you need to consider their health. Are they healthy and active? That is the absence of deformities or diseases. Also, you need to consider if they are fast growing. It has a proven performance history. Also, you need to consider the if they are sexually mature, the correct size and age for reproduction should be considered. For catfish, it is about 8 to 12 months in age. Then you need to consider high fecundity. A female with a soft and swollen abdomen will be suitable for breeding. What are the breeding techniques? We have two categories, the natural and the artificial breeding techniques. The natural, the fish spawn on their own in the brood, in the tanks or in the pond. The advantage is that it is simple and it saves cost. It has a low cost. However, it is uncontrolled. It leads to inbreeding and low survival. For the artificial breeding, which is also known as induced breeding, it is very okay for a commercial standard. Hormone is being injected to induce ovulation in the matured parent stock, that is matured fishes, male and female. Then the steps include you select the male and female, then you inject hormone. After injecting hormone, you strip the egg and you collect meat, you collect the meat. So when you do this too, you fertilize on your own. The farmer fertilize the egg, and lastly, it moves to incubation process, carry out the incubation process. So the advantage is that it is well controlled and there is always a high yield and also superior genetic management. You're able to manage the genes and the type of breed that you are to rear. Fingerling production in the hatchery. The hatchery This is a controlled facility for breeding, for hatching and early rearing of fish. And the key units include the breeding tanks, the spawning and incubation units, the nursery tanks, the water and aeration system, and so on. Critical environmental conditions need temperature of about 26 to 30 degrees Celsius. You need a pH of 6.5 to 8, and also clean and oxygenated water. To care for the fry and the fingerling. After hatching, the egg form into it's changed into fry. This is the first stage, and they feed on their yolk sac for 2 to 4 days. Then it requires starter feed. Example of starter feed is infusoria and also powdered feed. So the key nursing practices to maintain in the hatchery to maintain for fry and fingerlings are high protein feeding. There is need for about 40 to 45% protein in the feed of the fingerlings and fry. And you need to feed 4 to 6 times daily. Also, there is need to avoid overcrowding. This will prevent stress, and it will also prevent cannibalism, that is fish eating one another. Also, there is need for regular grading. You sort by size to ensure uniform growth. You can remove bigger fish to allow the smaller ones to also grow uniformly. Now, also, there's need for strict hygiene. You remove every form of waste and you maintain the water flow. So these are the care you need to give to younger fish. Fish health management. Disease is a major threat, and it's often caused by a combination of 1. Susceptible fish host, 2. A pathogen. This could be a bacteria, parasite, virus, fungus. These are disease-spreading organisms. And it could also be by poor environment. If there is bad water quality, these can work together, and these three can work together to lead to disease in your fish farming. So the key strategy is to prevent diseases rather than trying to cure when it has happened. Then we'll move to common fish diseases and their symptoms. There are different types of fish diseases. We'll be considering some of them. Number 1 is ichthyosturiasis. It is also known as white spot. It is caused by parasite, and the symptoms are white spot on body or gills of the fish. It is flashing in nature. Then another disease is fin rot. It is caused by bacteria. The symptom is frilled, discolored fins, and a form of ulcer. So then we move to spirulogeniasis, which is a fungal infection caused by fungus. The symptom is there is a cotton-like growth on the skin or eggs of fish. Another form of disease is dropsy. Dropsy is caused by bacteria, and it is usually often from poor water, if the water is not good enough. And the symptoms is there will be a swollen belly and a raised scale of fish. Then another disease is anchorworm. This is caused by parasitic crustacean symptom is a visible thread-like worm on the body of the fish. Then another disease is gill rot. It is caused by bacteria. It can also be caused by fungus. The symptom is a rotten gill and gasping. The fish gasp for air. So these are notable diseases in fish farming, and they need to be prevented. Biosecurity. What is biosecurity? Biosecurity are practices to prevent the introduction and spread of disease on the farm. And the core measures include quarantine. You have to quarantine. That is, you isolate new fish for a period of like 2 to 3 weeks. Then another way is disinfection. You clean the environment, nets, tanks, the pools with chlorine or KMNO4. Then you control access to the farm. You have to limit visitors and use water and food bait in case in which you want an external person. Even for insider, you need to use food bait. Then you need water source protection. You use clean water and treated water. Also, there's need for waste management, and this involves burying. You have to bury or burn dead fish often and promptly. Record keeping in hatchery. It is essential to track performance and trace problems. For instance, if you observe problem as scarce the fish health, you need to note them down. So what to record in the hatchery can record the broodstock source, the size, and the breeding history. You can also record the numbers of eggs, hatching rate, and survival percentage. You need to record water quality data, the temperature, the pH, the dissolved oxygen at a particular point in time. Also, the feed usage, the mortality, and the treatment that is applied need to be well recorded. In conclusion, in fish farming, there's need for quality. When you put in quality, you get quality out. So start with superior broodstock to produce superior fingerlings. Control the process by using artificial breeding and managed hatcheries for consistent and high-yielding results. Prevent, don't just react. So you have to implement strict biosecurity and health monitoring to avoid losses on your farm. And a disciplined approach to breeding and health management is a cornerstone of a profitable and sustainable fish farm. When you focus on your fish health, you will have a maximum output for it. Thank you so much for listening.